Good morning. It is Wednesday, and this is your Lockdown Live number 32. Let me move the camera. Sorry. Lockdown Live number 32. Welcome. Hello. Weather is fine-ish. I think there's definitely going to be a dry spell throughout the day. So if you want to get out and walk, get outside and walk. I'm pointing that way because that's where my window is. Today we are continuing the theme of unhealthy, unhelpful thinking styles. And today we're going to look at catastrophizing, a word that I can hardly say, yet alone talk about. Catastrophizing. What's catastrophizing? Catastrophizing is when we are dramatic. It can sometimes be seen as dramatic. And I have to be really, really careful with that word because the word dramatic is used in other areas which isn't as helpful. But catastrophizing is when we over overthink something or use words on it that aren't overly helpful for us. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So the weather, for example. So again, it's a little bit grey outside. So I could look outside and go, oh my goodness, it's a really, really awful, awful day today. It's dreadful. And actually it's not. It's not dreadful at all. It's just weather. It's weather. It's the weather that we have in the UK, and this is our weather. Okay, this is a very, very typical day right now. Even if we were having a blizzard right now, it still wouldn't be dreadful. It would just be weather. It would be weather of the UK. So weather is a good example. Exam results as an example. So I don't know. There's predicted grades, and the young person gets below their predicted grades. And then we hear words like, oh, that's awful. Oh, that's dreadful. Oh, my goodness, that's so bad. Oh, my goodness. And we don't need any of that because it's just, again, it's drama. It's not really, it doesn't really fit. So catastrophizing is using words and descriptions that really don't fit what's happening. One last example. How's your day been? Oh my God, I've had the most awful day. It's been dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And I've had a flat tire. Just had a flat tire. Flat tire is what happens when we have cars. It's one of the things that goes with having a car. But if somebody is going, oh my God, it was dreadful. Sometimes we use, if I look at why we catastrophize, sometimes it's attached to other things. So it could be that you had a flat tire and you spilled coffee on yourself and you were late for a meeting and you couldn't get the kids to school on time. So it could be all of those things, and that's why your day all of a sudden is awful. But instead of using words like that, you could use words like, I've had a challenging day. It's just been a challenging day today because there's been a few things that have happened. Why do we catastrophize? Here's my belief over why we catastrophize. So for me, it goes straight back to our primal need to survive. So we talk about this primal need and this constant looking out, looking out at the horizon and going, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It almost feels like if the mind overthinks stuff, it feels like we are safer because of its overthinking. And actually, we're not. Maybe we are a little bit safer, but we're also a little bit more dour and a little bit sadder because we can't look at a day outside like it is today. And it is where I'm sat. It's grey. It's grey. I think it's dry. I think it's stopped raining now, but it's a little bit grey again. But it's not awful. It's not awful outside. It's just weather. That's all it is. So if I said this the other day, if I look outside and go, oh my goodness, it's awful again, and it's not bright sunshine, it's not bright blue skies, then all of a sudden my mind takes a dip and goes down a little bit. And I don't want that. I want my mind to be free and happy and kind of more, yes, more positive, but also more peaceful and not have this constant chitter chatter of, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, which is what it used to be like about 15, 20 years ago. So catastrophizing, that's what it is. And I believe it comes from our need to survive again. So our primal mind believes that if we overthink things, if we overthink the weather, a flat tire, or a young person's exam results, then we are going to be better prepared for everything that life throws at us. And I would argue with that and say you can be better prepared, but it also means that you are overthinking constantly and catastrophizing constantly, which feels darker and grayer in our mind. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to look at another thinking style. There's about 8 of these, so I'm going to have to pick out the 4 that I really like and that I feel that I hear the most in here in the therapy room. Don't forget that you can share these You can share these feeds if you want to pass them on to other people that you think they would be helpful for. If they're not on social media, you can get them on Guthrie Therapy's YouTube channel. Everything goes on there. Eventually, it will take about 24 hours, 48 hours for this one to appear on there. Welcome to Home Radio. Home Radio can be accessed on Alexa. You can enable your Alexa, or there are a couple of apps. There's not two apps. There's apps for iOS and there's apps for Android, so you can get Home Radio on there, or you can go to www.homeradio.co.uk and you can play it through there as well. All of these feeds appear on Home Radio's Facebook page. They have a Facebook page as well. Go along and like it, as well as mine, if you haven't already liked it. The wellness, the happiness, the Action for Happiness calendar today says, respond kindly to everyone you talk to. Respond kindly to everything you talk to today, including yourself. Ooh, I like that one. I particularly like the part about talk kindly to yourself. We're not very good at talking kindly to ourselves. If you listen to your inner critical dialogue or your inner dialogue, then you will quite often hear that it is quite critical. So today, I want you to really focus on that if you can, if you've got time, and if you want to kind of make some changes, and listen to your inner critic and challenge it a little bit, and maybe just challenge it to be a little bit nicer. Do you think we could be a little bit nicer to ourselves? I want us to be nicer to ourselves, and then I want us to be nicer to everybody around us, because why would we not be nice to ourselves? Why would we not do that? Okay, so there's your little challenge for today. Be kind to everybody you talk to, including yourself, mostly including yourself. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. The other thing quickly to mention before I leave you to get on with your day is it is Wednesday Wellness. Get in. So tonight between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, I go live for an hour, a 4 hour on Facebook. And tonight we're looking at happiness. Oh, that's a brave one to look at. What is happiness? Where do we get it from? Can we buy it on the shelves from Tesco's? What is it? It feels like this elusive thing that we talk about a lot. Are you happy? When were you last happy? And what is happiness? And I think everybody has their own thoughts and feelings on what happiness is. But tonight I really want to unpick it and kind of look deep into the eyes of happiness and just see if we can understand it a little bit more. For me, if we can understand it a little bit more, then maybe we can access it a little bit more. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at tonight between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. All lives appear on my Facebook wall afterwards. So if you haven't got time, which I completely value, then just watch it afterwards on catch up. You don't even have to watch it. You can just listen to it like a little bit like a podcast. Oh, podcasts. Don't forget that this week's podcast came out on Monday with Steve McClory from Code Fitness, and it is about the word exercise. We look at the word exercise because I'm aware that a lot of people get frightened of the word exercise. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to go and get on with my day, and I will be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 for another look at unhealthy thinking styles. If we're not covering subjects that you want us to cover, then please message me privately. I will not mention your name, but I will do my damnedest to cover subjects that you want covering, because I want these feeds to be about you. This is not about me. This is about you. I'm picking subjects that I think you will benefit from. But actually, it's really powerful if you step forward and you let me know. Okay? Have a wonderful, wonderful, peaceful day, and we'll look at happiness later. Take care. Bye-bye.